What's up, my name is Alex, I'm a music producer. Today I want to do a musical analysis of Last Surprise from Persona 5, which in my mind is the coolest, not the best, but the coolest battle theme in all of the series. Let's check it out. I love this part so freaking much, it's lovely. Sounds so freaking funky. So this part is super freaking cool, partly because of these funky strings that are playing a unison melody along with the brass. Unison is when you have multiple instruments playing the same exact thing, which reminds me of another track from a certain anime. The similarity between JoJo and Persona is obviously not the melody, and it's not the fact that they're using stands in JoJo as they're using Personas in Persona 5. Anyone? No, like what's similar is that these melodies start both with a unison, and it's very easy to predict melodies that can make you snap you out of your state and be like, oh my god, shit's about to hit the fan, because you recognize the melody straight away. And this melody is written in a way where it's very easy and simple to predict them and to understand them. I love those piano chords, and this bass line is freaking illegal. So good. What is happening right now, I believe, is that we're being now shown the elegance of the Phantom Thieves. And I don't care who you are or where you are, but when you hear this bass line and these drums, your booty is gonna start to dance automatically. The hero of the hour for me right now is the vocal part. In terms of the rhythm, it sounds so groovy because it's not always on the beat. This is what it would sound like if it was always on beat. You know, it's freaking, that's weird. It's not funky at all. So this vocal just does whatever the hell it wants. Sometimes it plays off beat, just to create that groove, and you're like, whoa, this is freaking awesome. And what I love the most is that this vocal melody has a certain prestige to it, but you will only notice it if you watch closely.
Are you watching closely?
I'm of course talking about underlying vocal melodies which are providing harmonic context to the whole thing. You will only notice those if you really pay attention to this part. This track is full of details like that. And did you notice, for example, in this part, there's also like a melody coming in, creeping in with the strings, getting higher and higher. And it ends with that. You never see it coming. Damn. This part just sends goosebumps all over my body. The reason why it's so effective is that after the build-up, you have this percussion that stops completely, everything stops completely, and the only thing left is the vocal. But when it goes up, come on, that's where you hear the different vocal layers starting with it. You never see it coming. And on top of that, what I love is that you have this amazing string passage, which is super classic. This passage is so amazing because it reminds me of one of my favorite bands, which is an acid jazz / funk band called Jamiroquai. I should also say that this track features also one of the most important instruments in the whole Persona 5 soundtrack, which is present everywhere. I'm talking about a Rhodes piano. A Rhodes piano is an electric piano, made almost exactly like a normal piano where you have hammers and stuff, but instead of the strings, you have some metal lines and some electromagnetical pickups that produce a much warmer sound, and it's very used in jazz music and funk and pretty much almost all of the soundtracks of Persona 5 as to identify the soundtrack, giving a face to the soundtrack. before I forget, let me tell you about what makes this the coolest, not the best, but the coolest battle theme in all of the Persona series for me, personally. This has to do, obviously, with the lyrics of the theme. So basically, every single Persona game has battle themes with vocals and they have meanings, but this one is quite ambivalent, because this one is not about facing your sorrows like in Persona 1. And forget about just flexing and being like a hip-hop master in Persona 3. This is not that wholesome battle theme that talks about embracing your true self, like in Persona 4. Last Surprise is a battle theme that goes beyond all of that to send a very, very precise message to the enemies of the Phantom Thieves, the Shadows. And if you read in between the lines, the underlying message is something like this. However, differently from Celldweller, which wrote that freaking amazing tune, this song kind of tells that message in a jazzy and super elegant way that literally roasts the enemies and tells them, good luck, you're pretty much done for, because we're the freaking Phantom Thieves and we came to take your life. But it does so in a very elegant way, almost as if they don't want to even touch the enemy, like they use the stick to fight him like some sirs and some lords, showing their absolute grace and zest for elegance over violence. This, to me, is what this track feels like, and that's why it's so freaking effective to represent the Phantom Thieves, because I mean, come on, they're so freaking stylish. If you want to support this channel into making more videos like this one because you're learning and you're loving them so much, you can do so at Patreon. You can also check out the rest of the reactions and analysis I made on this channel, as well as music covers of video games that I love and I orchestrate. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.